Look at the Dukes, baby.
We got you, baby.
Oh, Lord, look at this guy here, boy.
You got more in there? Okay.
More in the house, baby.
Everything.
So you can sing too, Lord, you can sing?
I don't sing no.
You show me how. No, don't do that. No, don't sing that.
It's like a song, real.
Truth, really that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic. This truth be told, only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal and the God Barber. I hope that you ready, keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be told, let's go.
Well, tonight, man, we gonna keep it real sexy. This is sexy. Hey, this right here is a little bit different, bro.
And we on the road, baby. We on the road, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we have the studio, man. We on the road.
Yeah, but that's why.
Yep.
Man, listen, we've been kind of waiting for this episode for a little while, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, this is season 10 for us, episode 4, man. We can't ask for a better way of spending our time across that water, bro.
Yes, sir, boy.
This is gonna be special.
Well, we in the studio, real.
Like I said, Green, it's gonna be sexy.
I might want to sing, boy.
You want to sing?
Well, we in the studio. I might want to sing, boy.
What's one of you know them things that you like?
I like Anthony and Hamilton.
Yeah.
Point of It All.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the one song I sang all the time on air, real?
I can't remember. What is it?
I can't remember either, man. There's so many.
You got quite a bit.
I got a bit. You want me to sing something?
Yeah, go ahead, hit it real quick. Real quick. Gotta be quick though, Green.
No, I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do it.
Well, listen, man.
I don't want to do it, baby.
Listen, I don't really want to waste no more time, Green. Tonight, like I said, man, we're gonna keep this thing real sexy tonight because we got some sex appeal in the house tonight, baby. We got some sex appeal, man. I remember this guy. Don't say nothing yet. I remember this guy. You know, we own now.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, I heard a lot, and when I say I heard a lot, I've talked to other people when it came down to this guy, because I just want to get a feel in the city. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to get a feel, see really what's behind when they say Duke. Mm-hmm. You know, I got a question about that too, because I heard something else about Duke Mays. All right, but let me go ahead and jump right on into this, Green, if you don't mind. Can we do that, big dog?
Yeah, man, I'm ready. Right. I'm ready.
And not only that, Green.
I'm ready.
When we talk about being from Manatee County, mm-hmm. and also being someone that people look up to, mm-hmm. I hear a lot of great things about this guy. I know he was a star athlete at Manatee High School. Went on to play ball at Indiana. Mm-hmm. From Indiana, I if I'm not mistaken, you came back to Florida, and currently he's down in the South Florida area, mm-hmm. Working with children in the school system. He also is one of the reasons why we're here. He's an artist, and I think this thing has been kind of birthed in him at some point, and now we're starting to see the fruits of his labor. So not only am I excited, but I'm also honored to reintroduce him to the city. Mr. Derek Mays, Duke, baby.
Duke, baby. Duke is in the house, baby.
How you doing?
We in his house.
We in his house.
Yeah.
But before we let you go, Duke, we also got another special guest in the house, mm-hmm. because see, some of these things we got the you know, sometimes when you go to court they want evidence.
Yeah.
You know, they need that second part,
yeah.
to make sure everything that Duke gonna say tonight,
yeah.
is gonna be truth.
Yeah.
TROOF tonight, right? So I want to also bring in and introduce a legend of Manatee County. NFL star, Super Bowl champion, also in the music industry. And he also, he got a peripheral things that he into. But we're going to let him talk a little bit about that a little bit later. But I want to make sure you guys know we got Mr. Alvoid Mays, baby.
Respect that, boy, with the nickname.
Hey, man, I have to put that out there. Speaking of rat and nicknames, we also heard, Duke, your name is just not Duke, but it's Duke Booty.
Well, yeah.
That
has a origin of itself. But just first of all, I want to thank you and the Godfather. First of all, for having me on this show tonight. Troof Be Told. Listen, I've been watching it probably for about the last 6 years. To be honest with you, man. And the growth that you guys have taken this thing to, the way that you have gotten this particular show into the hearts of people. Let me tell you, man, y'all doing something special, bro. So
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I'm really happy to be here. I got to do something first before we do it. My grandfather, his name was Eugene Mays. He always told me, don't ever go anywhere and don't bring something to the party. So I got y'all a little something. I know y'all boys from Southeast.
Yeah.
And I know I'm from Manatee. I tried to get on.
It looked Manatee-ish.
But the only thing they had was, these colors.
We gonna look into this later. We ain't gonna do it right now. But hey,
appreciate it, man.
We appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, dude, man. Appreciate that. No, it
Oh,
better not be. It better not be.
Just the color of the band.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Figure y'all like that.
Yeah, man. Well, man, how you doing, man? You looking real great, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing great, real. Got a lot of things that I'd like to talk about tonight that we got going on, and I have personally going on, and I think it's time for the city to really know and see D. Mays.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, because that guy Duke that you talked about, he died a little while ago, and we can talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Too.
Okay.
D. Mays is in this building. D. Mays is in this house, and we're ready to have a good time. We got something real special for y'all.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
All right. And he does, we are in the studio, so we're not here for just the show up green, but we here for a reason tonight, y'all.
For a reason, man.
So, dude, what I want to do, man, is I want to kind of
Real. The man just say Duke dead, man.
D. Mays.
Now,
D. Mays.
You know.
D. Mays. Okay, D. Mays. Yeah, all right. What I want to do is kind of go back a little bit. Kind of, what we like to do on Troof Be Told is, a lot of people in the city definitely know who you are, right? And I want to kind of go back and revisit just some things a little briefly and then move forward. And I also want to give a huge shout out. I want to do this early.
Okay.
I want to give a huge shout out to all the folks that are tuning in that have been running with us for a little while, man. We appreciate you. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep subscribing to our channel. And I guarantee you, man, as you allow us to grow by you to clicking and hitting that button, we'll continue to try to provide different shows and a variety of people as guests on our platform. So, D. Mays, you attended Manatee High School.
Yes, sir.
And you were there in the years of what? What year?
So I got there in '83 and left out in '87.
Okay. And you was a wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
And I want to know this because me and Green talked about this. You know what I'm saying? At that time, Coach, I don't know. And boy, as a DB, I don't know. Were y'all still doing the 3-point stance as a wide receiver when you were coming up?
Yeah. Matter of fact,
We were just talking about.
Yeah. Short answer, yes. I was in the flank in the 3-point stance.
Yeah.
Right foot up.
Right foot up.
Inside foot up.
I'm trying to figure out how was that release. Every time nowadays, those guys go out and they practice releases and stuff like that. How were you able to release in the 3-point stand?
Think about it. You got to come up first.
Yeah.
So already we know now that we were in a disadvantage.
Yeah.
We were coming up like that, but I was quick.
Yeah.
Quick, real.
Yeah.
So, I made it happen.
No, not only were you quick, but you were real smooth. Because as a little kid, I used to go out and watch you.
Yeah.
So I remember you playing days, right? And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, were you 24 or something?
24.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I was 24 because of that guy sitting over there to my right, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
He was 24 first, so I had to carry the family tradition on. And get that 24 and try to represent that number.
Yeah.
See, I was telling real. I think well back then we used to run the ball a lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much passing,
Right.
so everybody was in 3-point stand.
Yeah.
You know, because it wasn't a lot of passing,
Yeah.
and that's how you learn how to play football. First, you got to learn how to get down in 3-point stand position.
Right.
So I think that's what it was back in the days when it was in 3-point
Yeah.
stand.
Well, that's one of them things. And Void, so what do you remember about little bro I Manatee that made him special though?
Oh, hell of an athlete. Better athlete than I was. You know, because I brought him up and I didn't play with him.
Right.
You understand? I was 3 years older than him, so I gave it to him. When I say he was the dude he was my practice crash dummy.
I got
Right?
you.
So
Yeah.
I'm out there banging him up.
Right.
So when he get with the younger people playing with them, it was like cheating. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's what I remember about Duke, man. Exceptional athlete, almost a 40-inch vertical? What you 38?
41 and a half at IU.
40-something inch vertical, 4'4", 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just and hands, boy.
Yeah. That's,
Serious
Yeah,
hands. Yeah, hands.
Now, back then, Manatee.
You feel good about it.
Yeah. Well, Manatee was a running style offense back then as well, but they threw the ball. I think when you came along, you were probably one of the main. I don't know when Reggie Bellamy came.
Reggie was
Reggie
few years
came
after I.
Okay. Yeah. So I remember, man. Let me ask you this: you went from Manatee and you went to the University of Indiana.
Yes.
All right. So you didn't go to junior college before. You went straight there.
No, I went straight there, did a full 4 year, really 5 years with the red shirt, but
Okay.
my whole time was at IU.
Okay. Why you chose IU? Because if I'm not mistaken, IU was a running ball club at that time, or was it more so
It was
balanced?
right around the time they began to transition more to a passing style offense, but the real reason that I chose Indiana, because they were not on my radar, I'm going to be honest with you. They were not on my radar initially. I was getting calls from like Ohio State, University of Central Florida, but see the key was Central Florida was not Division I yet.
Okay.
They were coming in to be a Division I program the following year, so they actually offered me to come there with another one of my football players. But the reason I chose Indiana University was because of a guy named Stacy Dawson. Stacy called me one night from up there and said, "Hey man, these people love you, and I think they're gonna offer you." So and he was my host.
Okay.
When I went up there, so
Okay.
of course they showed me a fantastic time.
Right.
And
Right.
we had a ball, man, and I verbally committed after that weekend. I remember the coach from Temple actually called me when I got back.
Yeah.
And long story short, he hung the phone up after I told him that I had committed to Indiana. Like,
Yeah.
So you didn't take no visits, no. You know, back then, did you have your 5 visits?
Yeah, I went University of Akron first. Was where I went first. After that, my next visit was actually unofficial. Was at UCF. And then from there, I went to Indiana, and I canceled after Indiana. I canceled Temple and Ohio State.
Yeah.
Go ahead, boy.
He got me cussed out because we were supposed to be a package deal at Temple.
Oh.
Right. And that's when Todd Bowles was the defensive back there, and the coach was recruiting both of us. I was coming out of JUCO. JUCO, and I called the coach, and I was like, "Look, man, because we had a great relationship."
Right.
I thought.
Right.
I say, "We not coming. My brother's going to sign it with Indiana." That man say, "You mother for real?"
God.
Bam the phone on me. That's when we had the old school phones. Like you can hang up on the joke and they can know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Such
And
and
this was
such
Temple?
mother. Bah, 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 bah. Bam.
But just go.
So you say like Tom
Yeah.
Bowles from the Bucks? He was the
Yeah.
defensive back coach.
No, he was a defensive back then.
Oh, he was
At
playing.
Temple.
Oh,
So we
okay.
would have went if we would have went to Temple and they were gonna grab me and Duke as a package
Oh, okay.
deal.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Go ahead. What you about to say about that?
Oh no, I was gonna say that them acting in the way that they did just showed us that we had made the right decision. At least for me, I had made the right decision.
Absolutely.
I had a wonderful experience up at Indiana University. I got really good friends, still to this day, man. And I could not have chose a better university.
That's awesome, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
It was cold up there, too.
Oh,
It
it's
was
cold. Bone chilling cold, man. And
So-
we come from Pal Mountain.
That's what I was just about to get, man. How you come from
We
Florida?
didn't have no car. We didn't
Yeah.
have no car.
Yeah.
It was but they flew us up that first year. I never forget it because it was actually beautiful weather. You know, when you're going to school, it was beautiful weather. They got waterfalls and stuff coming out of the mountains and stuff like that. And then October, you start feeling that little breeze.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
November, it's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
You're not coming outside unless you layered up.
What? Let me ask you-
Okay.
let me ask you something, though. Okay. You know, we all from the inner city of Manatee County.
Yeah.
And we're not from the same household, but our parents was up under the same structure.
Right.
You know, now when you went to Indiana, was your parents able to come see you? You know, back then, you know, your parents, you know, we ain't have a lot.
No.
You know,
My
So-
mother came to see me graduate.
Mhm.
And you know how our situations were back in those days, at least. It was trying to get a care package up to
Yeah.
me, right? Send a couple of dollars when you can, you know. Hope y'all make a bowl game so you could get home,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So my parents, unfortunately, were not able to get up there as often as I know they would have wanted to come. But
Yeah.
my mom absolutely made it for graduation, man. She wouldn't miss that.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it said graduation, right?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Now, that's the key, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the key.
Yeah, that's it.
So you left Indiana and you came back to Manatee County. Now, when you came back to Manatee County, was that the time when the 941 boys were kind of introduced?
It was a little, 941 boy kind of came out a little after that. I probably had been working for maybe about a year and a half, something like that. And then boy came back and, you know, we were rapping over there in Kingston.
In Kingston.
Right, as a matter of fact. We used to be in the garage, and it was funny because I don't know if y'all remember, man, but singing hooks back then was not the thing to be doing at the time, right? It was just hardcore rap.
Yeah.
You know, you rapping and rapping and rapping, you got your hooks.
Yeah.
There wasn't no
I remember the hook now.
real,
Huh?
wasn't no
Wasn't
real
no-
singing hooks.
One of them hooks that I remember was
Look more real.
What you been saying, real?
I wish hey, you may have to help me out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I believe it was with MPs. I'm not sure. Was it something to do with MPs? You say
Yeah.
What's
I did all
one
the
of-
hooks for the MPs.
you did all the hooks.
All of
9
them.
times out of 10, no doubt about it. City on fire. Well, City on fire was being horrible.
Who you talking about, real?
Just gotta say the word right for all the boys and girls.
Future girl. Oh, you talking about Care for Boys and Girls. Right? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen.
No doubt about it.
No, that's no doubt about it. That's no doubt about it.
No
And-
doubt
about it. MP's body.
Yeah.
Just gotta say the word.
Yeah, you know.
For all the boys and girls. Yes, sir. Listen, man. I that around that time I was at the University of Florida,
Okay.
and this is no lie, man. This is truth, right?
Truth.
Man, I took that song, man, and Creased Up and all them songs like that, man, and I played it in the locker room. And boy, let me tell you something. Real man, play that song, man. I couldn't, right? I could not go in the locker room and them not want to hear that song. So I can tell you, man, it made an impression on me, made an impression on the guys in Gainesville, man. I think it was a great deal, man. So
We were close, man.
Yeah.
Well, back then, we were real close to, I think, making something really special. I think we did make something special, but the rest of the world just didn't get a chance to
What-
hear
what-
something that I thought it should be.
well, boy, y'all went on tour, right? With
Well, we went on tour, on Too Short's tour,
Too
as
Short's.
their host.
gotcha.
As a host, and that's where we made a fatal mistake. We was being interviewed. Well, Rob D, the late great Rob D, and Slim Cooley was being interviewed by this hip hop magazine. Behind stage, it was Juvenile, Wayne, a lot of people was on this tour. Eve,
Yeah.
So during the
UGK.
Yeah, UGK. So during the interview, Rob D and Slim arguing about who finna be interviewed. They end up fighting, knocking the lady down. The lady was a big time reporter. I think it was Source Magazine. She calls back, and we talking to the same company that's did the deal with Baby and them. That gave them the $100 million. They had 3 records on the table. Universal Records had three albums on the table, and ours was one of them. When we got back off of the one leg of this tour, I think it was the Alabama side, they said that they took us off the table. The lady was filing charges, told them that if Universal spend their money on us, it would be the biggest mistake that they made because we didn't know how to control ourselves.
Wow.
What?
That's just how close we was to getting $100 million, bro. And
Wow.
it was over just like that. Soon as we got back, I'm thinking, this the call. My mama was like, boy, Universal, boom, get on. They was like,
Wow.
It's really a cautionary tale about, really being prepared to be successful. Like, you have to be ready, right, to be successful. You have to be prepared, and when you're around people and when you're in different settings, you really need to be prepared to do what you're supposed to do to be successful in those arenas.
What got you? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What got y'all into music though? What y'all just sing in church or rap in the hood? What y'all? I know it wasn't no rapping in church. I don't think so.
No, Bob, that's a great question. First of all, I don't know when exactly it was. I just know that it's always been there. Like music, singing at grandmother's house, and family coming in and they sing this song for them, or get up and do this dance, and that's when we used to around grandmother's house. Everybody would show up around. We called my grandmother mother. Everybody would show up around mother's house, and you would cook barbecue. You're gonna cook. You're gonna eat. You're gonna entertain each other, and then everybody goes home around 7:30, right?
Yeah.
So it's always been something that I've particularly done as far as singing and stuff like that, in the home, at church.
Oh, okay.
Over there at St. John's, over there in
Yeah,
Palmetto.
absolutely.
Okay.
That's where I started. I cut my teeth singing songs that grandmother liked.
Yeah.
And getting a lot of good response from people saying, that sounds nice. But honestly, man, and I hope we get a chance to talk about this a little bit too, because I never really had the confidence really just to believe in my gift, because one of the things that I was an athlete, I'm a football player. I'm doing I'm scoring touchdowns on Friday nights and Saturdays when we was with the Palmetto Eagles. Right?
Yeah.
But always had a love and a desire to do music, but just kind of kept that talent hidden for a long time too. So I hope that we get a chance to talk about why athletes, and some athletes, especially male athletes, get caught up in that kind of thinking that they can't do more than one thing at a time, right?
Yeah. And just to keep it 100, when you say you don't know kind of where it come from, but when you think about your dad and your uncles, right? And and when you talk a little about singing in the house, your uncles and your dad could have been a quartet or something, right? They were
my initial inspirations, right, and my guides to music. Right? That was Uncle Eugene, who, God bless him, passed away. And my dad was a great singer. So they would lead all of the songs, but so those were the two that everybody paid attention to. But let me tell you, man, them backgrounds.
Yeah.
Backgrounds was tight. You got my granddad, or two of my other uncles, my aunts. They would all chime in, and then we have relatives that would come into town. And I don't know if you guys remember, but that's when they used to do the concert, church concert over at St. John's. Man. And they would they would turn this thing out. And so that was my early introduction into falling in love with music and even performing.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing those types of things. So that's been a great influence.
Well, D Mays, I heard that in church there was a song called this wasn't in church. It was a song called "Lean on Me," but you did a remix of that, right?
Yes.
Instead of "Lean on Me," it was what, D Mays? Was it "Lean on Him"?
Well, this was my grandmother's favorite. You know, she loved to like to hear me to sing that, and then we said I did a "Lean on Him," and it was actually a mistake. When I first did it, but when I did it, I was like, lean on him when you're not strong. And everybody,
Yeah.
And so it stayed lean on him the whole time in our junior choir, like since then, right there. And I know Carol had to tell you.
Hey, Derek done changed the words.
You done a remix, you know what I'm saying?
So how old you changed the words of the song?
So this was early high school, so I probably was probably like a freshman, 9th or 10th grade, no later than that for sure. Mm-hmm.
So D, you were singing in high school on campus?
Again, man, I hit it a little bit.
You hit it?
I always thought I could sing, right? So, but I, watching guys like Bernard Holloway, Adrian Holloway, you know, they always in church, and and I was be sitting back going, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know, I can do that too. But it was this shyness that I had that I just wouldn't step out of that comfort or that discomfort, if you will.
Yeah.
But being with my grandmother, who was a super influence on me, really helped begin to get that kind of out of me, because she was like, first of all, you're going to church and you're going to do something in church.
Okay.
So I picked choir.
Right.
And then next thing you know, I'm leading a doggone song, man.
And I can, you know what?
That's crazy.
I can relate to, that confidence of yourself and shyness. I talk to Real all the time. You can even take me back 2-3 years ago. I wouldn't have did this.
Right.
You know, 'cause I used to always worry about what people think. You know?
Yeah.
It was a lot of stuff I wanted to do, but I didn't come out because I was worried about people judging me and stuff like that, you know.
Right.
So I'm glad my shyness or my confidence, the shyness gone, my confidence is up. I'm 53 years old right now. So like I tell Real all the time, I can cuss a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I don't give a hell what they think now. Right. We rolling now.
We have to step outside of those comfort levels, because if you just understand that there's growth in that uncomfortableness, right? That is where you are going to grow. And there's a reason why you are uncomfortable, because you've never done it before. Right? Even when I joined the live band, and we'll talk a little bit about that, but when I joined this band, I thought at this point, because I sang hooks, I could get in there and sing a song. But it's live music is totally different.
Totally different, yeah.
To be honest, when I started, I was like, man, I think I might have been delusional for a little while.
Like, I don't know if I can handle this.
I think I can do this. But again, you grow confidence the more, like we talking football, football reps. The more reps you get, the better acclimated that you are, and again, the more you're prepared to be successful for the moment.
Yeah, man.
Who influenced you musically, though? I mean, was there any particular person that you can kind of point out, or a group of people that may have just...
Like we talk about, man, it's a great question. Family, of course. Usually when people, I think, hear that question, you'll go originally to an artist or somebody like that. Of course, I do have my artist inspirations. Luther Vandross, Jeffrey Osborne, those guys. I was really a big Usher fan, back in the day and that kind of stuff. But my biggest inspiration for the push to do music happens to be my younger sister, Charvelle. She would, because anytime that, I talk for me, I don't say anytime, but for me, I'm singing around the house. We started doing the music with the 4-1 boys, and she would always be there hearing that. She's been there from, the beginning. So she would always tell me, hey, dude, you can sing that song. Dude, you could you sound better than this. Why don't you do something? Why don't you do an album or something like that? So honestly, and before I started joining the band here, this new band I'm with, Krush Party Band, she was the one that actually got me to jump on out there and said, you know, go ahead and do it. I think you'll be surprised. And of course, she was right.
Wow.
She was right.
Wow.
So, like I say, man, get outside of those fears and just push. Push one time, and then it gets a little more comfortable.
Right.
You're never going to be absolutely comfortable, because when you perform it, like you're performing for people.
Right.
And people are very judgmental at times, right? But if you've practiced, if you've prepared, and you have a gift, like I'm owning my gift now.
Yeah.
Like finally.
Right.
And I'm just glad that God didn't take it away from me, because I didn't use it for a while. But everything has perfect timing.
Right.
So I think I'm operating in that perfect timing right now.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good that D has both gifts.
Yeah.
You know, when you're an athlete always want to be performers. We always want to be, you know, sing. You know, we came up playing football. We looking at Michael Jackson and all Prince and all that. We was like, golly, boy, I wish I can sing.
Yeah.
See, D got both.
He got both.
Athlete and he can sing.
And that's what makes him so special.
You know?
Right.
Real, I want to sing too, real. But I ain't have the confidence, real.
Well, you might didn't have the talent too, Greg. I mean, just to be real. We gonna get that DJ thing going up.
If I would have stepped out, my family would have stepped out the house.
Well, let me ask you: Do you play instruments or?
No.
All right.
I have one instrument, and that is, you know,
my voice.
And doing things to take care of that, and so that I'll have a level of longevity. Like I say, hopefully, my goal is that what we're seeing now is really the beginning.
Absolutely.
It's really the beginning of that ride.
Now, do you write your own music?
I do write some of my own music, but you know, one thing that has really worked, and I stick with things that work, is Void and I have always had like a chemistry when it comes down to music, and he knows my voice really good. So a lot of the things, I know we just heard some of the songs that we were playing when we were setting up and stuff like that. We had a little private listening party, right? Really, but Void writes a lot of the songs that I'm currently working on, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll collaborate and talk, and I'm like, man, I want to talk about this. I want to, you know, begin to talk about, you know, things that make sense too, like, you know, based off of where I am, you know, in my life. You know, right now I'm not, you know, doing the things that, you know, I was doing when we were with the LPs.
Right.
We're still doing some things.
Right.
So, but we want to talk about those things so that we can. My goal is to bring love back. To be honest with you, that's what we're trying to do.
Awesome.
So, Void, when you see your little brother, they're doing what he do, as far as like singing and stuff, man. I mean, like, how that make you feel, man? You don't watch this man grow up from a child playing sports. Now this guy's singing. I mean, how you feel about it? When you look at your little brother, what do you feel, man?
Yeah, what do you feel, bro?
What do you feel?
Well, you know, I ain't gonna get emotional. But
man, you can, man.
I was feeling emotional when once you start talking and asking me that. But no, just proud of bro, man. Like you know, we've been through a lot. We came up, you know, we didn't have a lot, and to see him and all of us had to deal. A lot of people in our family had to deal with these different type of anxieties and these different type of not having confidence in yourself and not stepping out. So to see him, you know what I'm saying, taking it to the next level and stepping out, using this talent that God gave him, like, bro, I'm just proud of him. You know what I'm saying? D Mays doing his thing, little brother's doing it, and I be impressed. A lot of the times I'm impressed. You know what I'm talking about? And I call him and talk to him, and not just on the music. Right. So you got to know what he be doing down there. He had one of the top prep schools in America. North Broward Prep is one of the most financially gifted and blessed schools in America that got some of the, and if you look at the students that graduate there, these are some of the people that the movers and the shakers in America.
Oh, okay.
And he's the dean of students.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So they come to him and for all type of stuff. So the music, I be like, yeah, I'm proud of him on that. But the man that he done became,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? Coming from Palmetto, coming from we weren't supposed to have nothing, we weren't supposed to know nothing, and to be doing that and to see how they treat him at North Broward Prep.
Yeah.
Like all the academic people there, they come to D Mays for questions. When they got questions, they need answers.
Yeah.
And these people and the parents that they got to deal with, like these people got money. So when you talk to money, you got to talk a certain type of way.
Absolutely.
Duke will talk them off the cliff.
That's awesome.
Talk them off the cliff. They come in one way, they're going to leave out his way.
That's awesome.
So, very impressed. Those type of words when I'll be talking about little bro.
So when we talk about being impressed, right, it's nothing that comes easy. And it's nothing that doesn't come without failures.
Yeah, that's true.
So have you had any situations where you may have thought, okay, this is it, but it didn't work out that way?
Oh, yeah. So I left Manatee County, my hometown, right? I'm talking about, I got love for Manatee County, man, let me tell you. But I left in 05. And when I left, I actually went to take a position. At that time, it would have been my dream job. Well, long story short, it got pulled out under the rug last minute. And so I was literally in Fort Lauderdale area with no employment. Literally had just left. I sold everything that I had so to move up there from a dream job. And once that was snatched out, I didn't know what I was going to do. You know, but this is also a reason why family, man, is so important. And I had a great relative up there who he brought me a book. I won't go into the details of the book, but he brought me a book, asked me to read that book. And it was one of the most inspirational books from a very inspirational person, pastor, up there in that area. And I read that book. I decided to stay. I got a call from one of my teammates who introduced me to the school that I'm in, right now. And I actually I went to go apply for a social studies position. Now, mind you, I was already I was working as an executive director of, alternative education programs at the time. But after I got the rug pulled from him, one of my friends called me and said, go to this interview. I went to the interview. The guy told me, he said, man, I love everything about you, but I just gave this position up yesterday. Right? And all they had at the time was a security guard position at this prestigious prep school. Now, I saw the school, and I had never seen anything like it. I knew I wanted to be a part of it. And at that time, in that area, I knew who I was, too. And I knew that I had something I believe strongly I had something to bring to the table. So I took a security job position, making $10 an hour, right? Delivering mail, waving at cars as they would come in. And shortly after that, I was called into the headmaster's office. He called me and said, well, who are you? It's one of the things he asked me. I said, come on, you know who I am. I'm General Derek, I'm security. He's like, no, who are you? Like, you've been around here and all I hear is this security guard. He's this, he's that. That's what, he told me, his words, not mine. So he asked me to apply for a position as an assistant to the dean. I applied, I got the position, and I did it. I did the security position, and I did the assistant kind of dean's position, kind of hand in hand throughout the day. They would call me when they need me. But then after I'm grinding, I'm believing in who I am. And, eventually they gave me a position that catapulted me into the dean's office in middle school. Then from there, got another promotion and got the dean of the high school position. And now, currently, I'm the dean of what they call the upper school, which is a combination of the middle school and the high school. About 2,000 students, a little over 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's funny, man, because when you put the work in, right, you don't really have to do the other things because people will see you, right? And I was seen, so I never had to finally, even though I was denied the position when I was a security guard, when it was my time to get the position, I never had to interview. They came to me and said, we love what you're doing over here. Can you duplicate what you're doing over here in high school? right? And then God's perfect timing said that all my all my middle school students, I've been with them for the last 3 years. So where are they? They're in high school now. So, yeah.
Perfect transition.
So, but yeah, man. So that was kind of my kind of growing up at this particular school, North Prime Preparatory School. That was my kind of growing up there and to the position that I'm in. And over those times, you get an opportunity to be with kids, and you get a chance to talk to kids, and you see them, you know, at their best, and you know, absolutely at their worst, you know, too. But you know, I think if you allow people to have levels of dignity, even in the most stressful, intense kind of situations, you have a greater opportunity for success and making an impact.
Well, let me ask you this, because I've heard you say it on a number of times, and I want to be clear. You said Duke died.
Yeah.
Who is Duke? Who was Duke?
That's a really good question, and I'm gonna try to answer it in a way that makes most sense. So, he was a product of those current experiences, those influences, and some great people gave some really necessary influences around those times as a young man. But as I reflect back as an older, more wise person, a lot of the advice is information that we got, although well intended, probably did not put me in positions to make the best decisions. So Duke was a young man who liked to have a good time. He liked to not be committed to things. He wanted some things given to him when he didn't earn them, and had to really dig out of certain holes because of choices, that you make or that I made in those days. So, but one thing that he always had, that I always had, was had a grinding spirit. Right? I always felt like nobody's gonna outwork me doing, the work. Right? And I've said that throughout my career, throughout my life. But what I didn't know I was trying to do is to become a good person. Right? I think it's super important to try to be a good person. Right? And that's one of the easiest things to do, is to be kind to somebody, or go out of your way just a little bit, right, to make somebody else feel a little bit better. And those things are free, So
yeah.
But Duke was he was misguided a little bit, but he never quit, and then a transition came, right, because he began to listen. He began to listen and surround himself around people that were doing greater things or trying to do greater things. And, I think once one of my mentors tell me, said, be careful who you hitch your wagon to. Right?
That's a good one. That's a real good
I
one.
internalized that and said that I have to make some changes, right? And I think when you make changes and you are honest about those changes, and you look in the mirror and you say, hey, do I even like this guy? I had to be honest and say I didn't even really like who I was back then, and I'm so glad now that I've been able to get a beautiful wife who has influenced me greatly. And get to sit here as a person who really has some things to talk about and wants to help, right? Because I understand it's not just about me,
Right.
And it's a greater need, if you will, I like working with the young guys, right? With our young men and stuff like that. So it's a greater need, and if I ever get the platform, like financially, to do some things that are in my brain, we're gonna see some big differences in Palmetto, in Bradenton, in Manatee County, And again, those efforts, they will not just be singular efforts. Like it will take a whole community, like really be involved, and we've got some people with some outstanding gifts, right, in this county. You two are two of them, right? The things that you're doing, man, it's outstanding, and it is impactful. And I think it's important that you know that, right, and you hear that, because everybody needs encouragement. Right. Everybody needs a level of encouragement, and iron sharpens iron. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And when you talk about, you said be careful who you hitch your wagon to, right?
Yeah,
if that hit.
Yeah.
That hit hard, right?
Think about
Think
about that. Yeah.
That hit hard.
But let me say something. Look, Manatee County, don't call that man Duke no more. It's over. It's D Mays now.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I trip a lot, man. Reggie think I'm funny. I don't know.
I do too.
But you know what? But you had to be Duke,
right,
to get where you at today.
No doubt.
And we all had our trials and tribulations back as we was coming up, because it was a product of our environment.
Yeah.
We looked up to a bunch of guys that wasn't doing a lot of good things.
Right.
And sometimes bad things look fun.
Yeah.
But it's good that we are able.
But those guys have some great qualities too.
Yeah, they did.
Absolutely.
They did. But it's good that we are here still today, to even be able to talk about the trials and tribulations that we had back then. Yeah. Because some people don't even make it this far because of them trials and tribulations. Yeah. Some of them end up in, jail or, drugs and stuff like that. But it's good that you was Duke back then, man, to be D Mays today.
Right.
It was absolutely necessary, to be that. And I don't regret who he was, because the lessons that I've learned today, right? Though he taught me the greatest lesson. It sounds like I'm talking to third person. We're talking about an individual really that does not exist anymore, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
And I used to look up, man. I know I'm only a couple years young. I came out in '89. You came out in '87. Your brother Alvoid came out in '83, '84. I used to look up to them.
Yeah, man.
Because Duke is more in my era.
Right. Yeah.
I said Duke because I'm going back. Duke stayed sharp too, boy.
Yeah.
That boy stayed sharp, boy. That boy had them Levi's on back then, boy.
Yeah.
That boy stayed sharp, boy. Back in the Manatee County days,
Well,
and Alvoid was that guy we looked up to in high school football.
Yeah.
Watching Manatee High School back then, Alvoid Mays, Tracy Sanders, Tracy Waders, Frank Creighton and all that, man. We was like, boy, I can't wait till I get to high school, to be like them.
Yeah.
And man, so I ain't ashamed to say I looked up to guys who only a few years older than me.
Listen, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. And y'all always been stand-up guys to me.
Right.
So I ain't ashamed to say that.
Well, speaking in terms of, of that, just was it a certain person? Because sometimes we can be around a lot of yes people, right? Never can tell you wrong, right? Or point out the things that you shouldn't be doing. But was there anybody in particular that may have influenced you as a man?
Well, there were several. The probably most influential over my lifetime would be Jackie Buggs. That's my mother, right? That's her maiden name. But over the course of my lifetime, man, I have honestly been blessed with having like mentors in certain situations, but just people who would, pour into me like knowledge. Like I'll throw out some names like Mr. Mickey Appreciate. He may not even remember But he told me a long time ago, because I was telling him I don't sleep that much, and my wife can attest to that. I don't sleep that much. I'll be up 3, 4 o'clock, you know, in the morning after, you know, a show or something like that, and I get back up. I need about, if I get me about 3 or 4 good hours, I'm good. Right? And I've always operated like that. But he told me that's a gift, and that when I'm up, however, I need to be doing something because other people are asleep, and that's when I can actually gain my advantage. So I've always used that knowledge, and that was a little nugget. And over, you know, the trail of my career and lifetime, there's a lot of little nuggets that have been placed out there. Coach Shannon, Mr. Clemens, Coach Clemens, you know, Ronald Shannon, you know, and if I continue on, you'll hear the names of a lot of men, right, who had really great influence at different points, in different chapters. Even Mr. Charlie Wells, right, started me with my first job over there at the boot camp. We ran a juvenile boot camp back in the day with Manatee County Sheriff's Office, and you know, I've got the opportunity to sit and talk with him and see how he did things, and Mr. Appreciate did things, and Mr. Robinson, Leon Robinson, one of our first black attorneys here in the county, right? Him and me and his son are best friends, right? But so I got access, right, to him when he was like doing his thing, and so he would challenge us in ways that we didn't want clearly back then, but we didn't probably agree with, but you know, they made sense. So along the lines, man, along the years, there's been like great people who have really poured into like who I am like today, and I thank God for them, to be honest with you.
That's awesome, man. I got a question for you and Alvoid. When I say the city of Palmetto, y'all, I'm not gonna even I'm not gonna even ask y'all to give me 3 things. When I say Palmetto, what do that mean to y'all? City of Palmetto, man. Palmetto, Florida.
First, or what you thinking?
P-Town, man,
P-Town.
it's the most beautiful place in the world. I done been everywhere, bro. And I can guarantee you, and I can say that boldly with confidence, they be like, how's that little old town? Boy, this is paradise. If you look at our beaches, we got the #1 beaches in the world. See, there's a lot of stuff that they didn't tell us. They told us to hate this place. But the only bad place about Palmetto is that middle section. And that middle section from 41 on the right side and the left side, it's a strip all the way up through, all the way up to Sarasota. That's the negative side. But when you go out east, it look like Texas, right? We got the cows, we got everything. When you go out west, it look like Cali. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the most beautiful places that God ever created. So when I go back and think about Palmetto, that's what I always think about. Like, I was blessed to be born here, bro, because the lessons that you learn from the streets and the lessons that you learn from the church in Manatee County can prepare you to take on any of life's endeavors, bro. That's what I think about when I think about Palmetto.
The first thing I think about is people. You know, Palmetto is my hometown. Put it like that, and I miss it. So I'm like I said, I'm gone 19 years now. I've been gone since '05, and there's people here that I grew up with, from Palmetto Eagles to going out to the Lincoln when Lincoln was the middle school, and over there to even Braden Middle. Went to Braden Middle for a year as well in 8th grade. But when you think of this particular city, it's such a eclectic blend of people. You got, let's talk about it, right? You got your thugged out ones, right? I'm down with them, right?
Yeah.
You got, your corporate American. You got your middle class, kind of core and value driven, families. So you get a little bit of all of that, right, in Manatee County, and that's one thing that I would encourage people in general to do, is just be open to getting to know somebody. Be open to having a conversation with somebody that is just not in everything that's familiar to you, right? And, because that's how we learn, man. We actually learn from each other. So I think athletics, great athletes, hotbed between Palmetto, Bradenton, and some of the best athletes I've ever played with. And like Boyd said, we grew up also in Georgia. My mom, married a military guy, and we ended up moving to Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
But coming back after being there for a few years and lining up with the Eagles and going, wow.
Right.
These
Wow.
boys, man, it's a little different.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So Krush Party Band.
Yes, sir.
All right. You got a smile on your face, man. That joke lit up just then.
That's
What is the Krush Party Band? What is?
So that's my second job right now. But my number one passion, and when I tell you that I'm absolutely passionate about education too. This is my longest relationship. Music, right, is my longest relationship with anything that I've ever been a part of. So now, getting an opportunity to do it with this hope of this group of guys, and we're 6 members deep. But now we do live music and we play in places like the Hard Rock, tons of local places. We do a lot of private events and things like that. So it's my current band and my current passion, right now.
Right now. So with that being said, you guys have been together for how long? The Krush
Party?
Yeah.
So Krush Party Band has actually been in existence since the 99, 2000. To be honest, I joined them like a lot of people did new things right around COVID, right? And so I joined them in 2000. Babe, what was that? 2020? 2018. I joined them in 18. So I've now been with them for about 5 years. And they've given me the platform and the opportunity, right, to showcase and shine what I now acknowledge as my gift, right?
Okay.
So, but they're a great group of guys, man, and we play in a lot of different places. We had an opportunity to go to California, flew out to LA and did a show at this place called the Roxy, which is generally known as a kind of rock haven.
Okay.
But you got artists like Prince, who's played through there, Aretha Franklin, anybody has played out there. And I got a chance to sit in the same green room that, first person I walk in and I see is Prince's picture.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's in his underwear, but.
Right. Right.
But, and the only reason I say that is to let you know that I've been there and I know of that picture.
Right.
But I got the chance to perform there, and I just gravitate, man, to some of that energy, right, that was existing in that building. You could feel it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
And it's called Krush Party.
Krush Party Band. Krush with a
Party
K, though.
Band.
With a K.
With a K. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you talk about being able to play in different locations of California, what are some of the other places you guys have been? So you play currently the Hard Rock, right?
Yeah, we're the house band at the Hard Rock right now. So usually about every 2 to 3 weeks we're having a gig. I got another one coming up if anybody's gonna be down in the area on the 25th coming up. But we're usually there a couple of times a month. So we have the Hard Rock in local places like the Tin Roof. These are normally places that do just live music, right? So we're starting to get the call. And what's interesting, I rode home last night. I'm a storyteller guy.
Go
ahead, man.
That make great podcast.
Go ahead. Hey, I'm here listening, man. Go ahead.
Great podcast. Go ahead.
Just last night, man, we were we have a van that drives our equipment everywhere.
Yeah.
So last night I rode home with one of the band tech, as we call him, and he was telling me that, man, since you joined this band, we're 10 times, we're doing 10 times more shows and stuff like that. So all of those comments, I don't say it to just be braggadocious or nothing like that. I say it because it motivates me to hear things like that.
Absolutely.
And I always say that it's important to use your words to encourage people. And I look for opportunities now to pull words and to say and share, words that really are going to have good energy, right, out there in the universe, man. So, yeah, man, we're playing 3 to 4 times a week now. Now sometimes it starts on Wednesday. Like last week I had a show Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We had Sunday off. Then we go back again. Wednesday, Thursday. We just did something in Fort Lauderdale area for the veterans, which was humbling.
Right.
Man, that's a lot of work, man. That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, do you get nervous at coming on stage? Like how they bring y'all in? Like coming to the stage. It's the Krush Party Band.
It varies by events for sure, but sometimes we'll have like a local DJ that'll introduce us, or we'll come out from behind curtains, and sometimes we're 5 feet away from the crowd at a private event, and we're dancing. We're a dance band, so we want to get people like up out of their seats and dancing and having a good time. And one of the things about music, man, is you get the opportunity to take somebody from a place that they're in to your kind of reality and take them away from things that they're thinking about. I can't even tell you the conversations I've had with people where they've mentioned that you changed my whole day around, right? And really, man, that's why you want to do it. At least that's why I want to do it.
I mean, it's definitely a feel good thing. I love live music, live bands, and I haven't had the opportunity to see one of your live shows, but I can promise you I will.
Hey,
I can promise that to you.
Anytime you're welcome. We're trying to get to Palmetto, Bradenton, or Tampa, or something like that, man. So it's coming.
Right.
I promise you that it's coming. It's something that we're actually talking about, that we're actually trying to put together. We've actually one Hard Rock. You're in most of the Hard Rock, so there's going to be a time probably real soon. We're going to just call it out. We're going to come this year.
Okay.
2024, we'll be here at Hard Rock in Tampa.
So one of the other things you have going on currently, and I know you have been actually the reason why we're in the studio today.
Oh yeah.
Is you were working on one of your projects, and I believe Alvoid, you wrote that song.
Yep.
Okay. What song is that? And what good is a love song? Tell me about that song in particular. Like, I've heard it and it's amazing, and I can't wait for everybody else to get a chance to hear this music.
Appreciate it. So like you said, Void wrote the song, but we always have conversation, right, before creating, if you will, right? So we were talking about just being in one place in your life at a time, and missing somebody, but having all this love, like really, but now you realize that you've lost something, right? And maybe you can get it back, maybe you can't. So I give Void thoughts that I might have, and he brings those thoughts to reality. Because, and I would say this, that I think he is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated writers. Because he didn't just, Void, y'all, if y'all know Void, y'all know he would spit some crazy bars too.
Yes sir, yes sir.
But when it comes down to writing R&B music and ballads,
Right.
I think he has a real knack for it, and I hope that we show some of that with What Good Is a Love Song when we push that out. You guys gotta, like I said, you got a sample of it today.
Those things sound good,
right?
man.
I appreciate it, and some of the things that we also, other songs that we're working on right now. So we gave them a little sneak peek.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Look,
I want to tell you where it took me.
I'm gonna get messy. I'm about to get messy right now. I'm about to get messy. Hey, look,
man.
Look, D. listen to me now.
Yes, sir.
You got a voice. You know, R&B always been a strong factor in everybody's life. Everybody got their favorite R&B songs, but everybody can't sing.
Right.
So see, Duke can sing.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something now.
Yes,
I know you're married. You're married.
Oh, she right back.
I know y'all probably get in little arguments every now and then. But look now, when you get in an argument, and when she mad at you, when you sing that song to her, what it do? What it do? It changed the mood. It changed the mood. Look, I'm not going to even say she get mad at you, man. They say you in the house, man, and you go to singing, man.
So man, listen.
Will your wife jump on you with me? What's going on?
That's one little thing they say you sing the drums off of.
See, if I had a voice like Duke, boy, it'd be a weapon for me, boy. It'd be a weapon, boy. It'd be a weapon. Hey, look. I wish your wife was on camera. I can ask her what your voice do to her.
Well, put it like this, man. It's funny you mentioned that because we went on one of our first. It wasn't even a date. We were meeting up somewhere, and you know, of course, I took out some of my music, and you know, but for her, she listened to it, man, in a way that let me know that she heard it.
Right.
Right. And you know, her reaction to a particular song, even though it wasn't a ballad, she captured right in on my voice, and you know, she's been like my real encourager, right? When I didn't believe that this was my gift, she would constantly say to me, "You are talented, you are gifted, you know, you are loved." Like all of these things that I really live my life by. And we've been together 14 years now, so in marriage, you know.
That's
so,
good, man. That's good.
Yeah, but she's always if I answer the question though, and just say, how does she feel when I do that? Her eyes, I think, show it all, man. So I think she feels love. I think she feels.
What's on the boy?
Connected.
Yes, sir.
You know, she's still with me, man. So
Still with you?
Hey, Green.
Hey, real.
What you feeling, baby?
When she get mad at Duke,
Yeah.
I'm tell you what song Duke be singing.
What's that?
what I saying, Rick?
If you think you're lonely now, wait until the night.
They'll never be.
Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir.
Oh man. So you guys have a real situation that is on the horizons, right? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. What's
A part of the reason that like we're here today inside the studio, other than being with Troof Be Told, which is a blessing also and a privilege, first of all, fellas. But we are here because of the song. What Good is a Love Song? I got the opportunity in my past, and again, like everything is connected. So through my school, there's a guy who brought a son out, and I just happened to interview them during their admissions. It happened to be one of the executives from BET, and I did not know that at the time, but we've now grown to have an actual friendship. He has called me his friend, and he heard this song and has said that, and not only just said but also proven that he is a man of his word, and he is going to give us some airplay with this song on the BET networks. Just have to make this final video. It takes a couple of cuts, but maybe y'all go be involved in the video making. Man. It's good stuff. But so we have opportunity to be on BET coming up. Definitely this year. Working on that particular video. And then who knows, man, from there, where that's going to go, because, we were able to go out to the BET Awards over the summer out in LA.
That's big, man.
And that one I did with my daughter, and she got there on her own talent. So that was like an amazing experience, just to be there together. And that's something that we've often talked about, is that, getting on that platform, together, just through our talent. So we've got the opportunity to experience that a little bit. Yeah. And one of the things that, again, words are words matter, man. I'm put it like that. Words matter. So, my executive friend, he mentioned to me, I won't say his name, but he mentioned to me, he brought me to the executive lunch or brunch, and we got the opportunity to meet some people. He told me, he said, man, you and your wife, after we gone there, he said, you guys, he said, I brought you there intentionally to see how you operate in this crowd. And he told me, he said that, you know, there was a regalness about us. His words, again, not mine, but he said there was a regalness about us, and we showed him everything that he needed to see. So I am certain that that opportunity is going to come into fruition, and I'm very humble and appreciative, you know, for that opportunity. I'm gonna make this song the absolute best I can make it. All right, and we want to bring the love back, man, because what good is a love song? You don't have a heart to tug on.
You know, and that's, it's so
Yes,
deep.
sir.
It's so deep to have your brother, your loved one,
Oh yeah.
to be right on your side.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of time when you look at these stories on TV, the documentaries of these artists and stuff, they have a bunch of people that work with them that really not for them.
Right.
You know, and
right.
it tends to fall out.
Right.
But to have your brother right there with you, writing songs for you, man, he know you.
Right.
He got your back.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's good to have that trust in this
I was
business.
in that top bunk bed.
That top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I came, man, I
Yeah.
can tell you, man, we've been watching BET all our life, man. Video Soul,
Yeah.
Donnie
Yeah.
Simpson, all that.
Yeah.
Rap
But I never seen nobody from my hometown on BET.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
I want to be the first.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Well,
So
that's
one of the things that D didn't touch on is when we first sent the song to BET, it wasn't an original track. The music wasn't original.
Right.
I got it off a line. So the guy that did the track has is it the number 1 album or the number 1 single?
He had the number 1 single.
The number 1 jazz single
in the country.
in the country.
Man, I'm so glad we having this podcast interview. You
That's
know,
crazy.
with the
That
Mays
is.
brothers.
Yeah.
Because just to let Manatee County know, it's a whole lot more in Manatee County than sports.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Oh,
man, this is
yeah.
a powerful duo right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we finna make this recognizable.
Yeah. It's
You
awesome.
know, because you know when we think about Alvoid, we think about football, Super Bowl. We don't think about Alvoid writing songs and knowing about music. I mean, I know he did it.
I know people do,
But he had a
but I know what
cassette
you're
tape back in the
saying.
day
Yeah.
called the Void, so I know about that. When you think about, I'm gonna say back in the days Duke, but I know it's D Mays now. Athletes, you know, this is a powerful duo right
Yeah.
out of Manatee County.
I love it, man.
That's
Appreciate it.
unknown.
Yeah, man. That's
I
love.
love it, man.
You know,
It's
that's
love.
unknown.
It's
You
powerful.
know, Manatee County tough now.
Right. It
They're
is.
tough, boy.
And it will be.
They very critical now. We critical in Manatee County, boy.
Well, they can keep criticizing.
Yes, sir, boy.
Boy,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
what do you see for D Mays in the future?
Probably top 5 album. You know, we're working on the project right now. I see a top 5 album. I see him, if he want to stay with Krush Party Band, but he's going to have choices real soon.
He got to make a choice. He got
Right? And so that's why we're going to stay grounding, and we're going to stay getting that good sunshine, and we're going to stay in operating in that vibration of love so that we can make the right decisions, right? We're going to try to get self out the way. But I see big things coming for him. So with big things happening for him,
Yeah.
and I do the writing, big things
Yes,
will happen
sir.
for me.
Right, man.
Yes, sir.
Right? And with the contact with BET, like I say, we got movies coming out. So with this connection, once this work, then I think I see that working. And then another thing I see, since you asked about seeing in the future, is us doing a live show with Troof Be Told with Krush Party Band. We just got to find out and make the numbers work.
Okay.
And then it can be not just for views, but it can be financially rewarding as well. If we put the money up, bring them down, and we handle the door, and we handle everything else that's going on inside.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm ready for that, though,
you.
man.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
you.
ready. I ain't
That's
scared, brother. I'm ready.
I do want to say this, man, because you talk about, you know, looking into the future. About 3 years ago, I think I was talking to you maybe this morning, real. about 3 years ago, I sat there and said, I'm going to be on that podcast.
Yeah.
Right, real soon. And we're going to debut one of my songs. I didn't know what song it was at the time, but, you know, I vividly remember sitting there and saying, I'm going to be on that podcast. And I didn't even talk to you guys about it. I never spoke to you about it. But I knew that I would be one day sitting somewhere debuting what we now know is What Good Is a Love Song. Right? Through Troof Be Told.
Yeah. So let me ask this. How that make y'all feel when people like us is saying, we want to be on y'all shit? We've been watching y'all.
Right.
Like, I don't watch every show.
Yeah.
I don't do that much commenting and stuff like that. But I be talking to Real about it, and I be telling, hey, boy, y'all close. Real will tell you, I be telling, boy, y'all close. Change this, change that. But how did that make y'all feel about, cause
well, to be honest with you, boy, I mean, for me, when, you know, Troof Be Told took a different direction.
Right.
And from when I hear you talk about it, and I hear someone else, I hear what D. Mays says, for me, man, I feel honored for the city to be able to be in this position to share these stories.
Right.
Because I feel like we have so much here in Manatee County, also outside the county, that we can say it's our own.
Yeah.
We have something here within the city that we can come to collectively and bring out, not all the negative stuff, but we can, through negative things, and that changes to positive from Duke to D. Mays, we can start highlighting some of those stories.
Right.
Some of those people that have been through life and have overcome so many obstacles that were standing in their way, and hopefully inspired somebody that may be viewing. I love it. I'm a person that believes, and just being able to touch somebody in the right way. And I feel like with this platform that God has given us, that's something that Troof Be Told is able to do. And so it's an honor to hear that. And I can appreciate it every time someone tells I don't take that lightly. I really do am honored to say that, dang, man, that just keep moving. We're not getting paid. We're doing this just strictly. We're doing this all strictly just love of just being able to do something like this.
So not long though.
Well, see, you know, and when I hear that from you guys, man, it's made me feel like I made the right choice. You know, because I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I'm D. Mays, Alvoid. I've been cutting hair so long, 33 years. It was a part of my life. I felt like that's all I can do, because I've been in that box for 30 years, And when this idea came to me, the first thing I said is, "No, man, I can't do a podcast," because I was still stuck in the box. I felt like that's all I can do was cut hair. But then when I stepped out that box, I felt like I made the right choice, and it still feel like I'm still in that barbershop box. I just got cameras on me. I got cameras on me.
You get
and man, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's always good to hear somebody say something good about you. I appreciate, man. I appreciate
that. Because I don't watch just anything, bro. Like, I'm always looking for the next best thing, because what I see in myself, like I see God in myself, so therefore anything is possible. So I don't just waste my time watching anything. I watch It Is What It Is with Cam and Mays. And I watch Troof Be Told with Real and the God Bar. Right? It ain't too much other than that. I'm studying how to be healthy, how this consciousness work, and we'll get more into that when I get my own time. But
that's awesome, man.
I'm straight behind y'all, boy, and I see bigger things for this here, bro. It's just y'all got to open up and talk and tell people what y'all need. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just everybody, but people like me that's gonna look like, bro, I got time to help you. Right? If whatever you need from me, I'm gonna help you. Might not be great financially, but As far as information, as far as time, as far as can I bring, what, do y'all need another guest? Y'all need to talk to Ernest Bonner? Y'all need to talk to the GM at for some more interview, Mayhew, right? Do I need to get over there and get T Bowles for you? Can I help you with that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm seeing, bigger things, but it's gonna take y'all stepping out too.
Yeah, I love that, man. I appreciate that a lot, and I hear you.
We've been talking about this for about a year and a half.
Yeah. Well, you know, we did our thing, Green.
Well, we did it, boy,
man. And you know what? I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel like today we have came to Clearwater, Florida, in the studio.
Water, man.
Name of the studio. Grooveland Studios.
Grooveland Studios.
Louis Bryant. Lou.
Okay.
With my man Lou Bryant, man.
Hey, Lou here, man.
Lou chillin', man.
Hey,
Lou say, hold up, man.
Man, these jokes got my goddamn studio locked for about 3 hours.
Hey, man, these boys here riding out, man.
Hey, Lou, man.
Lou
back there, man.
He sleep on the couch.
Hey, man, super talented individual, though, bro. Super talented individual.
Yeah, one of the best producers and engineers that I know, bro.
Yeah, I saw a picture on there with my girl,
Kaya.
Yeah.
But he cut his teeth with Babyface and all them boys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lou ain't no joke, bro.
Hey, Lou big time, boy.
Hey,
We're in the studio real. We in the studio real.
Well, this is what I like to do as we close out, man. I want you to introduce this song to everybody that's watching, for people to see and people to hear this project that you got going on. Mm-hmm. That one day, real soon, we're gonna be able to see that video on BET.
Coming real soon. Manatee County, get ready for Alvoid Mays original. What Good is a Love Song. World premiere right here on Troof Be Told.
You know I give you another chance. You know you got another man, he don't know about me. I'm praying that you wake up, come to your senses, girl, and break up and come home, but that's just me lying to me. What good is a love song if you don't have a heart to tug on? Say about me. What does that say about me? Mama said let her go, but there's a little something I don't know. Like behind closed doors, what you're doing to me. Early morning, round 2 or 3, I roll over, you're not here with me. Tears stain sheets, cause I'm crying myself to sleep. What good is a love song if you don't have a heart to tug on? Say about me.
Really, that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic. This truth be told, only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal and the God Barber. I hope that you ready, keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know, truth be told.